Either you are thinking of some events of the past or you are imagining the future. You are never in this moment. You are never available and right there in this moment. So, he's trying to pull you in this exact moment. A lot of people were following him to become like him, to be Jesus themselves, to have an experience of life that Jesus was having. Jesus is saying that if you are one of those who is following me, who wish to become like me, you should be clear on your loyalties that this is what we want. I am Dev, a yogi who comes from India. My yogic culture is deeply rooted in spirituality. With this video, my focus will be to unveil the spirituality within the 10 commandments of Jesus. Mostly these 10 commandments are misunderstood. If you wish to see the spiritual significance of all these commandments and not through the eyes of religion, you should prepare yourself to hear things which may not truly resonate with your understanding of your religion. If you have any problem with any of my interpretations of his words, you can feel free to put your worries in the comments. If you find my perception of Jesus is correct and this is the way Jesus was, then don't forget to subscribe, because we will, if you are interested in spirituality and you are one of the seekers and you want to know the spiritual significance of the commandments that Jesus gave, then you should like the video and subscribe the channel. In future videos, we will talk about Taoism, Buddhism, talk about the things that Buddha said. We will talk about the things that Tao said. Let me bring you to the screen and we shall start with the first commandment. Be clear on your loyalties. Be clear on your loyalties. What did Jesus really mean by loyalties? Jesus had no kingdom. Jesus had no crown that he would require his people to be loyal. Jesus was not even interested in achieving a crown that he might need loyal partners with him. Jesus was not seeking any friendship so that he would seek loyalty in the people who are around him. So what does Jesus mean by that? Why did Jesus use the word loyalty? People who were following Jesus, they were following Jesus to become like him, to be the way Jesus is, to evolve themselves into Jesus himself. Why? You have seen that even after achieving success, even after getting power and money, there is still a certain kind of void within you, a void of emptiness, the void that you are trying to fill. You are using everything external to fill that void. But external tools and external pleasure and external power and possessions cannot fulfill the emptiness within yourself. When a man like Jesus comes, who looks like he is complete from within himself, a man who does not need anything, a man who has come to just give, it is your natural tendency to become like him. You wish to be fulfilled like him. Exactly like that, a lot of people were following him to become like him, to be Jesus themselves, to have an experience of life that Jesus was having. What is the commandment that he gives? Be clear on your loyalties. Jesus is not asking them to be loyal towards Jesus. He's saying that Be clear on your loyalties. What do you want for yourself in your life? Be clear on your loyalties. Where does your loyalty lie? Does your loyalty lie on seeking the God? Jesus is saying that if you are one of those who is following me, who wish to become like me, you should be clear on your loyalties that this is what we want. If in the next town that we visit, if the king says that you should marry my daughter and become the king, your loyalties should not shift. This is what Jesus means by being loyal. Jesus is not saying that they should be loyal to Jesus. He is saying that if you are loyal to what you want in your life, it is good enough. When it is your desire to achieve a lot of money and power, you should be loyal to that desire and achieve that money and power. You should not waver your path. One moment you are seeking the money and power, and the other moment you are seeking enlightenment. And the next moment you see some beautiful girl next door, you are trying to pursue her. Jesus is saying that you should be clear on your loyalties, where your loyalties truly lie. Now let us go to the second commandment. Live simply that others might simply live. Have you seen that people get jealous of someone's lifestyle and they try to ruin them in whichever way they can? They use whatever kind of power and capabilities they have to ruin someone's life. The people who ruin someone's life just because they are doing better than them is not because they hate them. It is because they have a strong desire to live a lifestyle like them, but they have not built their competence and have failed to live like that. And they cannot handle this failure. They do not know how to handle this failure and end up making efforts to ruin someone's life. For these kind of people to calm them down, Jesus is saying that you should live simply. If you have a strong sense of desire, but you do not have competence, you will end up hurting someone else when they will get success. Rather than having a strong sense of desire, you are focused towards simplicity in life. You want a simple life for yourself. Now, even if someone gets more success than you, a luxurious lifestyle than you will not hurt them in any way, because the resentment is not there, because the resentment will not build. This commandment of Jesus is not for every one of you. It is for those who have strong desires without the necessary capabilities. When they will fail, they will end up hurting others. So it is better that they live a simple life rather than having ambitions and desires. Now we will go through the third commandment. God loves you unconditionally, extravagantly, now. God loves you unconditionally, extravagantly, now. There are many interpretations of these lines. I will not go towards the religious interpretations of these lines. I am taking a great care of not going towards the religious understandings. My effort with this video is to show you a spiritual aspect rather than giving you a sense of solace. I understand that many people find solace in God. I am not saying that God exists, and nor am I saying that God does not exist. When you hear my videos, during this video it should be clear that I will not be using the word God a lot. I have to make it clear that I do not align myself to the concept of God the way Christianity does, but I do align myself with the ways Jesus aligns with God. Christianity's existence has been over 2000 years. After Jesus, people had their own agendas and they crafted a religion out of it. Even Jesus did not intend to build a religion. He never said that he wants to build a religion that is different from the past. No, he never said that. I'm not trying to convince you that what I say is right and whatever the Christianity tells is wrong. No, that is not my intention. I humbly request to you all that you understand my intention. Only then you will find value in what I say. My intention is to give you the spiritual aspect of the commandments. With these spiritual aspects of the commandments, you can grow yourself. You can use these aspects towards your goal, towards your growth. Whatever the source of creation is, loves you unconditionally. The source of creation does not distinguish between right and wrong, good and bad. The amount of love the source has for everything in this creation is extravagant. It is immense. Now, let me repeat it again. Now, in this moment, all of this is happening in this moment. All the love, all the unconditional love is available right in this moment. You are loved extravagantly by the source of creation. Now, right in this moment. Jesus is trying to bring you in this moment of now. In this exact moment, He is trying to push you and pull you. He is trying to pull you in this moment. When you were a child, and if you have your old children when they were small, to pull them in your room for some kind of work they need to do, to ask your children to do something for you, you had to use their greed. Come here and wash these plates and you will get the chocolate. Do your chores and do your work on time, and then you can go out for the night out. Then you can go out for the party. You use their greed to get them to do what they need to do. Jesus is doing the same. Everyone wants to be loved, and to be loved immensely, without any limitations, unconditionally. Jesus is using that desire within us to be loved and pulling us in the moment of now, in this moment, right in this moment, because this moment has all the answers. Why Jesus had to do that? Your mind is always running, either in the past or in the future. Either you are thinking of some events of the past or you are imagining the future. You are never in this moment. You are never available and right there in this moment. So, He's trying to pull you in this exact moment. All His effort is to bring you in this exact moment. So He is using love, extravagant love, unconditional love. He is giving you a sweet lollipop that you can suck on so that He can pull you in this moment. This is the end of part 1 of the 3-part series about the 10 commandments of Jesus, where we are exploring the spiritual significance of the 10 commandments. Subscribe to get notified for the second part so that when it drops, you get the notifications first. Like the video and also put down your questions and queries in the comments.
Subscribe for more content.